Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. Please let me know in the chat if you can hear the sound of my voice. Let me get a brief microphone check. Coming in clear. Thank you, Bait Master. I appreciate that. If you're new to the channel, please do yourself a favor and learn the #1 rule in DeFi. This is the most important thing you will ever learn on this channel. When we do DeFi and crypto, we use a Web3 wallet, and a Web3 wallet is essentially something called a seed phrase. It's a master key to your wallet. So the wallet is the seed phrase is the wallet. Another name for the seed phrase is the secret recovery phrase, or the 12 words. You need to keep that seed phrase to yourself. You need to keep it a secret. Keep it as a hard copy. Don't store it electronically as a file. What if your device gets hacked? Your phone gets hacked, your computer gets hacked. If you lose that seed phrase, you're going to lose all of your crypto. So keep it as a hard copy. Don't give it to anybody, no matter what they say. There are all sorts of bad actors in crypto, in DeFi. They're going to try to trick you into giving your seed phrase to them. Don't fall for the tricks. Never email your seed phrase to anybody. And don't enter it into a website. That's a very common scam. They'll try to get you to go to a website and enter your 12 words under false pretenses. There's never a need to do that. You would never need to enter your seed phrase anywhere online ever. You only need your seed phrase again in the future if you are restoring your wallet on a new device. So you got a new computer. Congrats, you got a new phone. You want to restore your wallet on that new device. That's the one and only time you will need your seed phrase again in the future. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Brandon. It is Monday, February 5th. I am calm. I am relaxed. I am enjoying my retirement. I retired at age 48, a little bit more than 2 years ago, thanks to DeFi, and in particular, a developer by the name of Forex Shark. Since then, since retiring, since quitting my job in very early 2022, I do what I love, which is to teach. I love to teach. That's what I do on this channel. I never provide any sort of advice on this channel. I'm only here to help your learning journey a little bit better, help to flatten the learning curve in crypto and DeFi for you. So I do these live streams twice a week, Mondays at 6 p.m. Eastern, Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern. And it's a chance for you to tune in live, ask questions in the chat, and I do my best to provide the answers. Another way that you can continue your learning journey with my help is my Telegram group. So this is a free, completely free online chat group called Telegram, or a program called Telegram. You can load it on your computer, you can load it on your phone, or both. And you come over to t.me/team drip guide. You can see the URL scrolling at the bottom of your screen. So this is another way for you to ask questions in a safe, trustworthy environment. Just be careful. People will try to send you a private message. Almost always, like 99.9% of the time, those people that send you a private message out of the blue, they are trying to trick you. So keep your questions right there in the chat. We have like 2,000 members in that group. I have a bunch of admins. I'm in there. We're all knowledgeable in DeFi, and we can help you with your journey. So no question is too dumb or too new. You're not a newbie. Maybe you are a newbie, but don't worry about that. I'm here to help you. So don't feel shy. Ask your questions and get some answers either on the live streams or on the in the Telegram group. So easy to sustain that retirement now thanks to StableSwap. Absolutely. StableSwap has literally been paying my bills since mid-November. I got into StableSwap. and it's been going fantastically well. I got in on their early bird special, so I'm earning 0.53% a day. Come into the Telegram group if you want to learn more, and just type in hashtag stable swap to get some more information on that. So absolutely, stable swap has been going great. I just did another withdrawal of my rewards today, almost $2,000 in rewards, and I have now recouped more than 65% of my original investment. And I just got started on November 8th last year. So, all right. So tonight we are going to, well, actually, everybody please like the video, and also please subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications. Now, if we get enough live viewers, right now we have 20, which is awesome. I'm glad you guys are here. But if we can get some more live viewers, if we can get up to 35 live viewers, then I will give away some free crypto. So all you have to do is show up for these live streams, tell your friends, get into your Discord groups, your Telegram groups, your email groups, your Facebook groups, your friends, your family. Get as many people into this live stream as possible. And then, like I said, if we get up to 35 live viewers, I'm going to be giving away some free crypto. So not only can you learn some more about DeFi and crypto, you can also get some free crypto along the way. So like the video, subscribe, turn on notifications. Let's get into the content. So I do have a link right below my video in the description for Koinly. So I've been using Koinly for, gosh, almost 2 years now. And if you use my referral link, you're going to save $20. Now, Koinly is free. It starts out for free. You can import all of your transactions for free. But in order to get some of the reports, so like your tax forms, if you're in the US, your form 8949, which shows your different trades, your Schedule D, which shows your capital gains. There's all sorts of reports that you can generate, but only with a paid plan. So that link will save you $20 on whichever plan you want to go for. If you want to, I would say just sign up and start to kick the tires. I'm going to show you exactly how you can get your transactions in there. You can start messing around, getting your transactions organized, getting them merged together. I'm going to show you guys my favorite tricks, my favorite tips and hacks for Koinly tonight as well. But it all starts with that referral link in the description below. And again, you're going to save $20 on it, if and when you buy one of the plans. I'm not sure what the cheapest plan is. I have so many transactions in my wallets. I mean, this is just 4 of my wallets here, over 33,000 transactions. I'm going to show you a tip because although, there's different plans depending on how many transactions you have sort of in your database. A lot of these transactions come up as 2, maybe even 3 transactions kind of in one thing. So I'm going to show you tonight a trick where you can cut down severely on those number of transactions. And that's a really good thing because whenever you go for one of the paid plans in Koinly, the different tiers of plans that you can purchase, it depends on how many transactions. So the top tier level is, I think they call it premium or platinum, something like that. But it only gets you 10,000 transactions. And you pay for it by year. So I'll talk more about that in the future or a little bit later in the video. But for now, I just wanted to show you sort of the basics when you're getting started with Koinly. The idea here is that this is going to be one place where it's going to go out through different APIs. It's going to go to different blockchains that you tell it to. It's going to go to different centralized exchanges. You can create your own sort of manual wallets. You're going to import all of this data from all these different sources, And then you're going to have all of your transactions in one place. And then, of course, you can search through the transactions by the date, by what actually happened with the transaction, of course, by the wallet, by the different coins or tokens. Very, very powerful software for not only aggregating and collecting all of your transactions in one place, but then it's also going to make a guess as to what was actually going on with the transaction. Now, that reminds me, one more disclaimer. In addition to not providing any investment advice or any financial advice on this channel, I'm also not going to provide any sort of tax advice. What I'm going to show you is how I use the program and how Koinly sort of categorizes and tags these different transactions. But as far as what you're going to pay taxes on and what you're going to not pay taxes on, I cannot provide any sort of advice or guidance right there. And just because you see me doing something here in my Koinly database does not mean that that's the correct way to do it. Doesn't mean that that's the right way for you to do it in whatever tax situation you're in. I have a little bit of a special circumstance because I now have a business. I have an LLC here in Puerto Rico. And a lot of my income from DeFi is funneled through that business, and I get a favorable tax rate from the Puerto Rican government through something called Act 60. So don't read anything into some of the different categorizations and tags that my transactions are coming up with. Gains and losses, don't pay attention to that. That doesn't mean anything. My situation is not your situation. So please, what I would suggest is to utilize a tax advisor, a professional. And then what you can do is you can use Koinly to generate the different reports that tax advisor would need in order to help you properly file your taxes based on your different DeFi transactions. So let's start with the basics. So I have already tons and tons of transactions here loaded into my Koinly, going back since actually before May 21st. That's when I first got into DeFi. That's when I first got into Drip, was May 21st, 2021. But let's talk about importing wallets. So here you can see I've ordered this by the most transactions. I have 39 different wallets. Now that includes blockchain wallets like my Binance Smart Chain, different wallets there. That also includes things like Coinbase, Binance.us. I actually have some transactions from the old Binance.com. Can't do that in the US anymore, but I have transactions going way back. Kraken, Bittrex, KuCoin, all the different centralized exchanges, all the different blockchains. You want to add all those transactions in, especially when you have a situation where you transferred some coins from one account to another. So maybe you bought some BNB in your Binance account, and then you sent that BNB to your wallet on the BNB chain. You want to have both sets of data because then Koinly will recognize that as a transfer, as opposed to, oh, you just received this deposit of tokens. Where did that come from? I don't know what you paid for that, and all that stuff. So the more complete you have your transactions imported into the software, the better. And Koinly does a good job of tagging and organizing and labeling the transactions properly, but not a perfect job. So I do find that I have to go back through, and some of these transactions I have to edit those. And I'm also gonna, if we have time, I'll show you a cool way to edit not just one transaction at a time, but there's a function where you can actually export the transactions from your Koinly database into a CSV file. That's a comma separated value file. That's a file that you can open up in something like Google Sheets or Excel, Microsoft Excel, any sort of spreadsheet editor that you like, you can load up that CSV file. And that way you can filter those transactions and you can make changes to an entire set of transactions very quickly and easily by maybe just copying and pasting, for example, rather than having to go through each and every one of these transactions, one by one, and editing each transaction individually. So we'll show that as well. But what you want to do for the most part, for those of us in DeFi, we're doing a lot of stuff on the Binance Smart Chain, which nowadays is called the BNB Smart Chain. Yes, please like the video. Let's get some more viewers. We only have 15 viewers in here, so don't forget to text your buddies. Hit up your Discords and your Telegram groups. Get some people showing up. If we can get 35 live viewers, I would be more than happy to do a giveaway. So I'm imagining that most of you watching this channel and watching this video right now have been mostly dealing with the Binance Smart Chain. So when you're going to add a wallet, you can see right here, there's different centralized exchanges such as Coinbase, etc. Blockchains is what you want for the Binance Smart Chain. Don't import wallets. I tried using like MetaMask, but I prefer to go directly to the blockchain because all of these blockchains have what's called an explorer. And that's your best bet for getting all of the transactions for that particular account or that wallet directly from the blockchain. So for example, Binance Smart Chain is right here. They even have a little tutorial video. You can call this whatever you like. What I've been doing a lot with mine is I'll just do like BSC dash, and then I'll have the last 4 numbers and letters of my address. And then you simply paste your address in here. So it's that easy. You just give it whatever name you want and put in your address right here. You know the address. If I was going to send you some crypto right now, that address, you just put that right in here. Koinly is going to go out to the blockchain explorer and it's going to scrape all of those transactions right off the blockchain and right into your Koinly database. Now, as far as advanced, you can just, what I always do is just start from the beginning, from my very first transaction on this wallet. But if you, for whatever reason, you want to start further on in time, you can designate a starting date for it to import transactions from a certain date going forward. Tag deposits. So I'm going to talk about deposits and withdrawals and trades in a minute here. So that's how you would import your transactions from the Binance Smart Chain. Really just need your address. So super simple. It does take some time for Koinly to go out and pull in all those transactions and sort of load them into your database here. Nowadays that I'm working with over 45,000 transactions in my database, it can take a few minutes for Koinly to sort of recalculate everything and update everything. And then I'll get a little warning over here, or I'll get a little message over here in the bottom left that tells me to go ahead and refresh my transactions. So let's go back to the transactions here. And it was funny. I was getting prepared for this live stream, and I noticed that back in 2021, I actually categorized or tagged this transaction incorrectly, and this one down here as well, right here. So I'm going to explain something here. So first of all, you need to understand that there are 3 types of transactions. You either got some coins into your wallet as a deposit, some coins came out of your wallet, you sent them somewhere, or both. So a trade is just a combination of a deposit and a withdrawal. And it does also allow you to have For us in DeFi, we're going to have a gas fee usually, right? So if we go on Pancake Swap and we swap one token for another, we're going to pay a gas fee in BNB. And then let's say we sent some USDT to buy some wrapped ETH, for example. So it's actually a deposit and two withdrawals. It was the BNB coming out for the gas fee. It was the USDT coming out to pay for the token. And then it was whatever token that you bought coming in as a deposit. So a trade is really 2 or 3 transactions all rolled into one. But that's it. So there's just 3 things that can happen. Well, really just 2. And a trade is just a combination of a deposit and a withdrawal roughly happening at the same time. Now, this is going back to May 21st, 2021. So my very first DeFi transactions, I sent some BNB from my Binance account. It came in here, and the first token I ever bought was some cake. I bought looks like $108 worth of cake. And that's another thing too. Koinly will, if it can, Koinly will go out to, I believe it goes out to CoinMarketCap to scrape its pricing data, but it'll go out as close to this transaction time as possible, and it'll figure out the dollar value of those tokens that I bought. By the way, the times here are shown in UTC. There might be a way to change what time it displays, but I just prefer to leave it as UTC. And I've never actually, sort of gone through the settings to find out if I can make it display in a different time zone. Actually, would probably make my job a little bit easier sometimes. But anyway, so it'll go, and according to that date and time, it'll figure out how much those tokens were worth. And so in this case, now this is where we get into not really tax advice, but the way Koinly handles trades and the way I have heard that the IRS in the United States would treat trades. Every time you trade one token for another, it is a event that may or may not trigger a capital gain or a capital loss. Now, again, this is not meant to be any sort of advice, but for the most part, I have gone with sort of the default way of treating these individual trades. And as you can imagine, if you're swapping one token for another, and then you hold that for a little while, but then you swap it back, and then maybe you buy a different token and you swap that back, and then you swap one token, it begins to get extremely complicated. And that's where Koinly really shines, is it keeps track of the fiat value, the dollar value of every single transaction. And in the back end, behind the scenes, it's keeping all of that data. And then it just calculates, it calculates your gains or your losses based on the complete history of that token. So for example, I don't know when I bought this BNB, maybe the day before, maybe a week before, maybe a month before, I don't know, but it knows that this BNB cost me, whenever I bought it, it cost me $117.13. And here I go. So whenever that was, it was in the past, it was before this trade. Then I spent that BNB to get $108.57 worth of cake. So I took a capital loss there. So Koinly will register that as a capital loss. And then if I pay for a paid plan, I can generate the reports such as the Schedule D or an 8949 or whatever it is, whatever that form is, where it shows you all of your trades and the capital gains or losses associated with each and every single one of those trades. Now, notice here, this is just a cost. So this withdrawal where 0.0002229 BNB came out of my wallet, that would be a withdrawal, right? But in this case, Koinly automatically tagged it as a cost. So this is a cost of doing business. However you want to treat that on your tax return, I'm not going to get into that. But it's a special type of withdrawal where I actually spent money to do something in DeFi. So that was a cost of doing business, however you want to classify your business in DeFi. Also, what if I had spent $1 to buy this BNB? Well, then I spent it. It was only worth 7 cents. So that would end up being a capital loss. So it keeps track of not only the costs of doing business, but also your capital gains or losses in that. When you're spending your crypto, the dollar value that you get out of spending that crypto, that could be a capital gain or a capital loss. So I don't know what this was. This was probably like an approval or something. Because what I did next is I put these cake tokens into the Pancake Swap syrup pool. So my friend told me, hey, Brandon, you can earn 125% if you buy this cake token on Pancake Swap. And if you stake the tokens in the syrup pool, you're going to earn 125% APR. Might go up and down, but I was like, wow, that's amazing. 125% APR. Sign me up. So that was the very first thing that I did in DeFi. Keep it a buck. With divs and rewards received from staking pools, have you found there needs to be editing tweaks to make sure you're not under or overpaying? Is Koinly compute that accurate? Well, the accuracy is going to be perfect, but yes, I have found that I need to go back through the transactions, and sometimes Koinly doesn't categorize or tag the transactions properly, and I'll try to show you some examples of that. But when this transaction was originally reported, it just came through as a send, meaning it hasn't been tagged, it hasn't been categorized. It's just Koinly just says, oh, okay, so this many cake tokens left your wallet and they went to this contract address or this address, right? And so what actually happened here is I took my tokens and I put them in a pool. And so there's a special sort of a tag that you can do with a withdrawal. So again, 3 types of transactions, right? Well, really 2. Either tokens are coming into your wallet or they're going out, right? In this case, these tokens are coming out of my wallet. So this is the vanilla tag, is just send. What I'm going to do is select add to pool. Now, when you add to pool, it applies a special tag, and it recognizes the fact that these tokens left your wallet, but they're still your tokens. They're just sitting over there. And so this is actually going to come in handy for things like Animal Farm. So let's say on Animal Farm, we have some LP tokens, right? We take those LP tokens and we stake them on the Animal Farm. They're still our tokens. We can withdraw them still, right? But they're no longer in our wallet. And Koinly is going to pick that up. The blockchain is going to pick that up as a withdrawal. Those tokens left your wallet. So what I do is I select add to pool, and this is my FA284 wallet. And if I click on that transaction and look at the ledger, I think it's not updated yet because I just changed it. So it might tell me to refresh a little bit later, but it actually creates like you could think of it as the same wallet in a different dimension. It'll be FA284 pool. So let me show you what that looks like. See right here. You can't see that. I can barely see that, but that says pool, and it has this special blue square icon. That is my FA284 wallet, but it's tokens that I've put into some pool somewhere, whether it's PancakeSwap or Animal Farm or whatever else. And that way Koinly keeps track of those tokens. They're still under my ownership, but they're currently in some yield pool earning rewards, hopefully. So what I noticed this afternoon, so then I sent some more BNB. I bought some more cake, $6,700 worth of cake. And then I put those in the pool. So this is not a cost, which is how I myself had tagged that previously. And that's what I realized today, that I didn't do that right. So I'm going to remove the tag. And I'm going to retag it as add to pool. Sometime in the future, those cake tokens were withdrawn. They came back out of the pool, back into my wallet, and that will be categorized as a remove from pool. Here's the first time I ever bought drip tokens. And then I probably signed up for my buddy, did an approval, and then I deposited those tokens. Now that I chose to call that as a cost because that is a permanent deposit. It's not a pool where I can just take the tokens right back out. In terms of what I did, as far as drip goes, I categorize that as a cost. I essentially bought a position in the faucet. I bought a faucet account that's going to end up paying me back drip tokens in the future. This is a good opportunity to show you another function that I really love on Koinly that's called merging. So you can merge transactions as long as it is the same day, the same token, and the same wallet. Because when you're thinking about taxes, the only thing that matters is what day did it happen and what was the dollar value. So if I have 15 different gas transactions, for example, I have 14 piggy bank stakes, and I'll show this in a few minutes. I went in today and I compounded all 14 of my stakes. I spent whatever, $3 or $4, maybe not that much. I spent some BNB for gas. It was the same wallet. It was BNB. It was all on the same day. It was in fact, it was all within 5 or 6 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you can merge all those transactions together. And instead of having 14 separate transactions, I'm going to have one transaction. Why is that important? Well, first of all, it makes it easier to look at, right? As you're scrolling through your different transactions, rather than having 14 transactions on a single day, you might have just one. But more important than that, it reduces your total number of transactions. The fewer transaction that you have, the cheaper paid plan you can buy. So that is a savings right there. So, use my link, save yourself 20 bucks on whatever plan that you buy from Koinly. But before you buy, go through the transactions and merge transactions whenever possible. Again, same day, same token, same wallet. Okay. So right here, I had a transaction where I put tokens into faucet, drip tokens into the faucet. 10% went to the tax, and then the other 90% it also went to the tax vault, but it was, tagged for me. So this is the same day. In fact, it's the same exact transaction. It's the same token. So I'm just going to merge these two together. Let me turn off the banner so you guys can see that. Down at the bottom, merge. Transactions have been merged. Now, oh, that's a bummer. It forgot what the market price is, and this is gonna happen to you. This is actually a good opportunity for me to explain how to deal with that. So no market price found for DRIP on this site. So at this point in time, DRIP was only 29 or 30 days old, right? Started on April 22nd of 2021. And the token itself did not yet trade on PancakeSwap, and it certainly wasn't available on CoinMarketCap, which again, I believe Koinly, for the most part, Koinly will get its price data from CoinMarketCap. So if you have a token that doesn't have a price on CoinMarketCap or isn't listed on CoinMarketCap, then Koinly won't know how to assign the value. I'm going to, it's not really a cheat, but I can see just prior here, just like not even an hour earlier, that's where I bought my DRIP tokens, right? And it's 325.8748 tokens, $946.74. Now, I think I had my own records at this point because I kept track of everything on a spreadsheet. So that data, that number came from me. But you could also have, you could look up the value of that much BNB, whatever. So 325 is worth $946.74. So for this transaction, I'm going to go in and edit it. And what did I say? Oh, no, I can't remember. 946.74. So go here to edit. Go to this, the worth or the value of this tokens that I sent. 946.74. This is already tagged as a cost. Not financial advice, not tax advice to treat your faucet deposit as a cost. And this was, sometimes I like to put the description in there. Drip network faucet. You guys can't see that because I'm in the way. Boom. Yes. Where'd it go? Getting BUSD from the pig pen. Absolutely. Yep. I would, for me, again, this is not tax advice, but what I have counted that is as a reward. So it's a staking reward. And then, see, I'm probably going to have to go back through this because I didn't always know everything that I know now about Koinly and the different functions here. So this is not income anymore. I'm going to remove the tag. And see, this is when I unstaked some of my cake tokens. Remember up here, I put some cake tokens into the syrup pool, and then I put some more in there. Well, I came back the next day. Let's refresh. I came back the next day and I unstaked some of those tokens because I wanted to do something else with them. So Koinly just sees that some cake tokens were deposited into my wallet, and there's a gas fee for that as well. So it doesn't know what this was. And this is where I come in here and I say, I was removing those tokens from the pool. Now here's a decent example. First of all, I put those tokens into a different pool, I think. So let me remove that tag. All right. Now, let's talk about merging, because it is so important to reduce that number of transactions and save yourself some money on your Koinly. Because if you have, like for 2022, I had more than 20,000 transactions. And so I paid a big cost for, every 1,000 transactions over 10,000 cost me another $10. So I could have reduced my number of transactions and saved some money if I had known back then what I know now. So let me see here. Let's look at the most recent transactions first. Okay. So this is February 3rd. This is my F18 wallet. And you can see what I did here is, this is going back in time, is I harvested some LP tokens from my piggy bank stakes. So all of these transactions happened all in the same day, all within actually 5 or 6 minutes of each other. And what I want to do is sort of lump them all together. Now, two cool things. While you're selecting different transactions for a merge, okay, look, here's a gas fee. There's another gas fee, BNB. So you can go like this, and you can just individually select like transactions. So these are all gas fees that I paid in that day. But Koinly is actually smart enough to merge different tokens with themselves. So what that means is every time I was going to my different stakes here, I was paying a gas fee, and Piggy Bank was giving me some AFP BUSD LP tokens, right? So that's what these deposits are. By the way, Koinly never knows the dollar value of an LP token. So I'll show you how to deal with that in a few minutes. So Koinly is smart enough when you're doing a merge, you can select different token transactions. Okay, and it doesn't matter if it's a cost or if it's a withdrawal or a deposit. You can select them all, and Koinly will batch the tokens together. So all the BNB gas fees, it's all the same token, right? It's all the same day. It'll merge all those together. And then all the LP tokens that I received coming from the piggy bank, it'll merge all those transactions together. I think I have a total of 14 stakes. 2 of them are still locked. So all I can do is compound those ones. So on this day, I did my selling of truffles. There's going to be 12 deposits and then 14 gas fees. Now, here's the other cool thing about Koinly and merging. So there's cake, there's another gas fee, there's some more cake LP tokens, another gas fee, another gas fee, another cake LP token deposit, gas fee, deposit of LP, gas fee. I'm seeing all these are the same wallet as well. I mean, I already know they are because I know what I did 2 days ago for this. Cost, another deposit. So I'm selecting all these transactions, but I've reached the end of the page and I have it set to show me 25 transactions per page. Watch this. If I just go to the next page, it remembers all of this. I just discovered this the other day. I was super stoked. So if I go to page 2, it still realizes that I have 23 transactions selected, and I can grab these last few transactions. Again, staying with February 3rd. I don't want to go down here because in order to be merged together, they all have to occur on the same day. That way, if there's a capital gain or a capital loss, whether it's a long-term gain or a short-term gain, Koinly can keep all of those ducks in a row, right? So let me go back to page 1. And let's see what happens. So I've got a bunch of gas fees selected, and I have a bunch of deposits selected where I receive those LP tokens. Who does crypto taxes? Yeah, it's a good question, Mr. Big. I've been using an accounting group down here in Puerto Rico, but they are by no means knowledgeable with DeFi and crypto. And most accountants aren't going to do this for you. This is why Koinly exists. So what's going to happen, Mr. Big, is you can organize all of your transactions and then generate reports like a Schedule D and a Form 8949, for example. Those are forms that you can then give to your accountant to, add those to your tax return. All right. In DeFi, it's not all capital gains and losses. So there's also a report that shows you your income. It shows you your income. It shows you your costs. So for example, like Keep It a Buck asked, what about those BUSD rewards that we earned from Pigpen? So again, I'm not a licensed tax advisor, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm treating that as income. It's not a trade. It's a staking protocol that suddenly just paid me some BUSD. That BUSD has a value, right? So I consider that as income. Now, for me personally, it's business income. It's my LLC income here in Puerto Rico, but that's not really relevant. So anyway, so you would get your Schedule D, you would get your Form 8949 to show all your different trades. And then there's also reports that will show your income and your costs, right? So if you got $10 of BUSD from the pig pen, but you spent 50 cents in gas, well, then that's a net income of $9.50, right? So Koinly will keep track of that. So I think the answer, Mr. Big, is any accountant can do your tax return with a Schedule D and Form 8949. If you have, it's essentially like a sole proprietor business when you're in DeFi, right? You're making money from these different protocols. And it's not necessarily all trading, right? Sometimes it's just straight up income and costs, revenue and costs. You're running a little business, essentially. Again, I can't provide any sort of tax advice. That is the way that I think about it and treat it. So let's refresh. Hopefully it doesn't lose all those check boxes. I think it did. Oh, cry. That's okay. So I'm just going to select them all again. Now there's another cool feature here. You can just hit this and this will like select all of the transactions on the page. I'm going to take these ones back off though. So all the gas fees and all the LP tokens that I got from Piggy Bank in this case. And we'll go to the next page. Get those last three. Now that's 26 different transactions. There's a limit, 50. You can't merge more than 50 transactions. It physically won't let you check on that 51st transaction here in the transactions page. Now, when I merge these though, it's going to come up as two different transactions. So let's see. Okay. I'm not taking that risk. So I've done my tax returns. I haven't paid my 2021 taxes yet, because it's a pretty sizable tax bill, but I did my returns. So notice it sort of smashed all of those gas fee transactions into one transaction. So rather than 26 transactions, I now have 2. That is going to save you money whenever you finally pull the trigger and you buy your plan. For every tax year, if you want to generate reports, you're going to have a paid plan. Also, there's a function where you can export transactions. Remember, I was talking earlier, you can export transactions into a CSV file. CSV stands for comma separated values. It's a text file with commas between each value. You can take that CSV into Microsoft Excel, Google Sheets, or whatever spreadsheet editor, and that way you can sort of massage the data. You can change multiple transactions with a simple copy and paste kind of a thing. Very, very handy, but you don't have that ability to export and import transactions unless you have a paid plan. So when you're ready to do a paid plan, first of all, use my link so you save 20 bucks. And secondly, wait until you've already merged as many transactions as you possibly can and get that transaction count lower than what I have here. Otherwise, you're going to have to pay extra. Anything over 10,000 transactions, you have to pay extra for Koinly. So just trying to save you guys a little bit of money. Now, remember, I said the LP tokens, Koinly will never recognize the dollar value of an LP token. What it does recognize is that when I remove that liquidity, when I relinquished the LP tokens and got the individual tokens back out of the liquidity pool, of course, it recognized the dollar value of the BUSD, and it even recognized the dollar value of the AFP that I got out when I split that LP token. So what I'm going to do to make this simple, I'm going to take, this was $1.53 and that was $1.53. So I got $1.53 worth of BUSD, $1.53 worth of AFP. And that makes, what is that? $3.06. So I'm going to go into edit this transaction. Now, these are LP tokens that Piggy Bank paid me a long time ago. I spent money putting some liquidity into the liquidity pool and getting my LP tokens. And then I spent those LP tokens that had a value. I spent those on Piggy Bank. I bought myself 14 batches of piglets in Piggy Bank, right? So I'm going to go back. I haven't done this yet, actually. I'm going to count that as a cost, just like I did with Drip, because it was a permanent deposit. I wasn't able to sell those piglets and get the LP tokens back. I spent those LP tokens, which had a value, buying piglets. It's exactly as if I owned a farm and I went to the breeder and literally bought some piglets. Okay, that would be a cost. I'm a farmer. I'm doing business. That would be a cost. I'm a DeFi farmer. I'm a DeFi piggy banker. I spent crypto buying these piglets, and then later on, over time, they found truffles. I could sell those truffles when I chose to and get some value back out. So I'm going to count this as a reward. I'm going to add a tag and call this a reward that my piggy bank stakes paid me. And I'm going to set the value of those LP tokens. This is convenient that I immediately removed that liquidity and could see that I could easily see the value of those LP tokens once I split the liquidity. $3.06. And then, like I like to do, you guys can't see this because it's behind me. Piggy bank. All right, so I put a little description on there. That way, for me, I know what it was. Now, the day before, by the way, let me go back to my wallets. Now, what I've been doing here lately is every day or two, I go back in and I resync my wallets. And I don't have to do all of them because I don't do transactions in all of these different wallets every single day. But if I know, hey, today I compounded all of my piggy bank stakes, well, I know that's my F18 wallet, so I'll come over here and sync that wallet. And it'll go back out to the blockchain explorer and it'll scrape those latest transactions. I already have 21,386 transactions on this wallet. But again, a lot of those transactions can be merged together, reducing your transaction count and enabling you to spend less money on your Koinly purchase. So here was a day that I compounded all 14 stakes. So rather than 14 separate transactions, I'm going to merge all of those into one. That's like a 95% reduction in my transaction count, at least for that one day. Now, merging is definitely my favorite function on Koinly. It is not something that you can do in batches. It's too complicated. The software actually needs to go through and calculate all of the cost basis for each of those, chunks of tokens that you received or spent, and then calculate obviously the total of all the transactions. It's not something that you can do with the import export function or with the bulk edit function either. I have found that the Pulse chain blockchain isn't great in terms of the Explorer. For whatever reason, a lot of the tokens that I've bought or sold on Pulse chain, the transactions don't get registered. They don't show up in Koinly. So I've actually had to sort of manually enter a lot of those transactions. Let's look at one more thing. And then I'm keeping my eye on the chat. You guys don't seem to have too many questions. You already are you already confused, or are you just like not interested in doing your taxes, or you already did it, or what? So I want to show you guys what I've been working on recently here with Koinly. Been looking at my 2022 transactions. And let's just look at E0B. So these are some transactions where I was doing a ton of airdrops in 2022. That's when Drip was blowing up and I had a huge team, and I was doing every Sunday I was doing team drip guides, Sunday random airdrops. And so it ended up producing a ton of transactions, even just in this one wallet, thousands of transactions related to an airdrop. So each airdrop would come up as 3 transactions. It would be a gas fee, it would be the 10% tax going to the vault, and it would be the 90% airdrop going to the vault as well. So 3 transactions for a single airdrop. I owe. Believe me, I feel your pain big time. I also owe a lot of money for 2021. Not so bad for 2022, but still a lot. I haven't paid either return yet. I don't have the money, so that'll have to come in the future. Waiting on Forex Shark to turn on. Well, yes, seriously, dude. You guys have noticed, I'm sure, that looks like somebody took advantage of the high prices and sold some of their pigs tokens. But AFP has been on a tear. I actually was able to buy some tokens just under $10. I paid $9.98. Unfortunately, it was only it was less than $100 worth. That was all I had at the moment, but I was like, yep, I'm going to scoop up some more pigs while I can. And then we got this big rally here recently. So it looks like somebody sold a big bag here just very recently. Wow, $20,500 worth of volume right there. So somebody unloaded some of their pigs. I am holding on for dear life. I feel like, I talked about this last week. Based on some rough back of the envelope calculations, we're going to be getting about $1 a day per token. That's don't quote me on that, but it's very realistic that we would get $1 a day per token. And I'm talking about the AFP token, which will become the SEAT token. So right now we have Animal Farm V2, we have the pigs token or AFP, we have the pig pen, right? In the future, the very near future, I believe, we're going to have Black Cube Finance, which is the V3 of Animal Farm. We're going to have the SEAT token, and we're going to have the Roundtable staking protocols. More or less going to work. Roundtable and Pigpen are going to work more or less the same. But the TVL for Black Cube Finance will be a lot higher. And we will have the Roam product. And all of the TVL will be staked on PancakeSwap, earning cake. And all of that cake gets paid out to the Roundtable staking pool. That's where the majority of the dividends are going to be coming from those cake rewards from PancakeSwap. We're going to have a huge few liquidity positions on PancakeSwap, and they're going to be paying us a lot of cake. And all of that cake is converted to BNB and paid out to the Roundtable. So that's where I'm getting those numbers from. You can watch my stream from last week when I talked more at length about this. So here's a token that you can buy for $17.50 that will pay you approximately $365 a year. So just in dividends. So I think the market is finally starting to wake up to that. And a lot of people have doubts about Forex. I am a person who believes 100% that Forex will eventually deliver Black Cube Finance. Of course, it's taking longer than any of us would like, but I think it will show up. And I think the Roundtable will be paying about $1 a day per cube. So it's an opportunity, in my opinion, not financial advice, not investment advice. But yeah, I hear you. Keep it a buck. And yeah, I'm looking forward to Black Cube Finance in a huge way. Dude, yeah, the merge function is huge. When I discovered it, like I saw it there, I just never tried it. And then I finally said, let me see what this thing does. And I was like, oh, game changer. And then when I realized you can do more than one token type, and just keep clicking the check boxes, that makes it a lot easier too. Because sometimes, like, I try to qualify or merge all of those airdrops, right? I don't need to know that I did 25 airdrops and I have 75 independent transactions for one single day. It's ridiculous. I just want two transactions. Tell me how much BNB I spent in gas and tell me how much drip I airdropped. That's it. That's all I want to know. So the merge function is perfect for that. It works amazing. How can I convert Spark Swap? Ooh, that's a good question. Spark Swap, I actually am invested in Spark Swap. Let me see if I can bring this window over. I've been making some good money on Pulse Chain, but I'm not super clear on how to convert it to another chain. I haven't converted it to a different chain, and I haven't been able to cash in on the money that I've been making over on Pulse Chain. But I have two main positions on Pulse Chain. One is Spark Swap, like you. And the other is GOAT. I'm in the DGen, what's it called? DGenProtocol.io. Not financial advice, but so one of the reasons why I'm bullish on Spark Swap is because this is growing into one of the main dexes on Pulse Chain, and they have a bridge. So let me switch over to my other wallet. They have a special token called SDAI. So DAI, DAI, is a stable coin. It's a stable coin on BNB chain. It's on Ethereum. It's on a bunch of different blockchains. But SDAI is Spark Swap's version of DAI, and it's paired 1-to-1. It's pegged, and this is the backbone. Not this, but this right here. This pair DAI on Pulse Chain and SDAI on Pulse Chain. This is a 1-to-1 right here. And this is the backbone of their bridge. So they have a bridge here. I've never used it, but supposedly you can bridge SDAI to DAI on another network. Let's try it out. I don't think I have any SDAI in my, yeah, here it is. So bridge. The AFP spike is in anticipation of Forex announcements. Yeah, isn't that funny? We hear news that he's going to make an announcement, and the market, goes up whatever it went up. It went up like 80%, 90%. Yes, that I agree with that so much. That is one of the best things about Forex is he's never rugged, right? And he's never really had a significant exploit. His protocols haven't been exploited either. So yeah, I split up the LP, but I don't know what to do after that. I'm not sure which LP you're talking about. Maybe you had the same thing that I did, the SDAI and the DAI. But so Spark Swap Bridge, cross-chain token bridge. So it looks like you can go from Pulse to Arbitrum or from Pulse to Binance Smart Chain. Now, I do have some DAI. I don't know if this is going to be 1-to-1. But it looks like on the Binance Smart Chain, you can do wrapped ETH or wrapped DAI. So there you go. I suppose I could do this. No, I don't want to do this right now. But, you know, like anything, try it with a small amount first. Make sure it goes correctly. Oh, did you guys lose me? I don't think so, Joe. Usually if I lose my connection, are you talking about this? I took my camera feed off. Is that what you're talking about? The LP of Spark and Pulse. Yeah. What I did, I actually traded into and out of Spark myself, Angie. Back when it first launched. I think I made like 40 or 50% on my money. But I traded into Spark, and then when I decided I liked the price, I traded it back for Pulse. I think so. Pulse, PLS, is actually the gas token for the entire Pulse chain network. So, I mean, again, not financial advice. I'm bullish on Pulse. Excuse me. I think over time, the Pulse token will go up in value. But what you could do is trade your Spark and your Pulse for DAI, and then you can bridge your DAI over to the Binance Smart Chain. And the DAI should have a $1 value per token. Okay. That actually will do it. So we've gone for an hour and 12 minutes. Unfortunately, we didn't reach the threshold of 35 viewers tonight. So make sure you spread the word. And if we get enough people showing up, all you guys have to do is just be here, and I give away some free crypto. But I got tired of giving away crypto to the same like 15 or 20 people. So I want to grow the channel. I really want to get the message out there that people have an alternative way of making money. They have a way of making passive income. I did a whole bunch of V3 liquidity providing on Solana blockchain and did quite well there. I turned, I made like $700 in profit, $600 in profit in 4 weeks. So there's all kinds of opportunities here in DeFi, and I'm really trying to spread the word and help all of humanity get the hell out of fiat currency, debt-based Ponzi fiat currency, and get everybody into crypto and DeFi. It's so much better for all of humanity. So please help me out with that mission. Spread the channel around, tell all of your friends and family about the channel. And like I said, if we get enough people showing up for these live streams, we'll be giving away some free crypto. That is going to do it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I'll be back again on Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern time. Until then, like the cup says, keep calm, stay hydrated, be good to yourselves, be good to others, and thank you for being here. See you guys next time.